The American Conference Championship game features two teams that will not have their head coaches next year. They're both looking for new leadership, and I'm very curious to see how that impacts this game. North Texas is an 11-1 team that's had a tremendous success under Eric Morris. Tulane is 10-2, and they see John Summerall departing as well. Morris is going to Oklahoma State. Summerall is going to Florida. We knew that this is kind of what happens when you're a good group of five team. When you're a good American Conference team, there are other teams that are going to come in and try to take your head coach. This is just part of being one of those teams. Now, it still leads to an exciting season. North Texas has been the big time surprise of the American. Tulane has kind of met expectations in a way. This is a big game. Playoff hopes are on the line, and the winner essentially gets to go to the college football playoff and probably will be, I would guess, the 11 or 12 seed, depending on how things shake out. Now, North Texas is a 2.5-point favorite, and it's a big reason why is because of their offense. Drew Messmaker has been an absolute stud. Over 3,800 yards, 29 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. The passing attack has been tremendous. And we knew that coming into the year. In fact, we didn't really expect the rushing attack to do what it did recently. More on that here in a little bit. But the passing attack has been absolutely dangerous. When you look at this group, there's not really one guy, even though Wyatt Young leads the team with 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. I mean, he's probably the one guy you would look at, but you have guys that can take over when needed. Cameron Dorner, 769 yards, 6 touchdowns. Miles Coleman, 411 yards, 1 touchdown. Landon Sides, 389 yards, 1 touchdown. Trey Williams, 319 and 4. This is a passing attack that has been balanced at time. Now, Wyatt Young has obviously been more consistent as of late. Dorner's been very good, but make no mistake about it. Just because you take away one of these guys does not mean that you are going to take away their entire passing attack. They are so deep that you have to worry about every single one of them. If you do not do that, you're in for a world of hurt. And Tulane knows that. And Tulane's defense is going to have to be disruptive. The problem is that they can't just focus on the passing attack. Caleb Hawkins has emerged as a big-time freshman, and we didn't know his name coming into the year, but we know it now. Over 1,200 yards, averaging 6.3 yards per carry, and 23 touchdowns. He's been an absolute stud and balances out an offense that was already dangerous even without him. When you look at his production, because when we're talking about the schedule here in a little bit, we're going to need to discuss the impact that he has on this team. Because again, we didn't know his name coming into the season. And when you look at his production before this recent takeoff, look at Lamar, 18 yards against Washington State, 50 yards against Army, 99 yards, South Alabama, 140, USF, 59. So you had a couple of games, the Army game, 99 yards and 4 touchdowns. South Alabama, 140 and 2. He was starting to emerge as a name. The USF game, which was a 63-36 loss, that's important here in a little bit. Not really a guy that you were saying, hey, this could potentially be a dynamic threat for this team. After that, though, he absolutely took off. UTSA, 133 yards, 7.4 yards per carry. The Charlotte game, obviously a step back, 48 yards. Navy, 197 yards, 4 touchdowns. UAB, 189 yards, 5 touchdowns. Rice, 97 yards, 3 touchdowns. And the last game against Temple, 186 yards and 4 touchdowns. His final 4 games have been absolutely crazy. And this is a group that's going to rely on him to balance out that offense. The USF loss is really what's hanging over North Texas' head, and all they've done since then is average 50 points a game and won their final 6 games. So they have been on an absolute tear. Now, what's going to happen when they face this Tulane team? That is the big question. They didn't really have the balance against USF that they've found over recent weeks. Now, the one thing you can point to is who have they played recently? That's a big question right now. The win over Navy obviously is a solid win. We'll give them that. But besides USF, there haven't been any teams they played in the second half that you've been overly worried about them struggling with. So this is going to be a big key for them. They've built their confidence. How do they handle a team like Tulane to be able to pull off this win? That's going to be a big question in their offense. The balance of that offense is going to be a big key. Now for Tulane, I'm very interested to see how this team responds. John Summerall is going to Florida. I don't really know. I haven't heard the updates on whether Morris and Summerall will coach the playoff. I hope they do. It's kind of dumb if they're not going to, because that would just be such a waste, but I do understand it. How does this Tulane team respond? I felt like John Summerall has been as honest as you can be as a head coach with his team, and the play with this team has been relatively consistent. I don't think that they've had any more struggles than we've seen before he decided to go elsewhere. Jake Retzlaff has to play well in this game. If North Texas scores points, this Tulane offense needs to have its moment as well. They need to be consistent. They need to play at a high level. And we've seen times where they've done that. We've also seen times where this offense struggles. Retzlaff is the X factor that makes this offense go. Over 2,700 yards, 14 touchdowns. He also leads the team with 561 yards and 14 scores. The rushing attack at times has looked good, but if the teams can take that away, that's going to be a problem for Tulane. This is not an offense that's designed to be a straight drop back team and throw it a bunch of times. They need the rushing attack to be consistent. If the passing attack can find ways to be efficient, then they won't have to worry about North Texas taking away that rushing attack. And this is a North Texas defense that's been inconsistent. Teams have put up points against the Mean Green. I mean, USF put up 63. Now that's an offense that's much different than Tulane's, but teams have been able to put up points regardless of who they are against this North Texas defense. So Tulane has to find a way to be able to do the same thing. They have to find a way to be explosive, to create balance in their offense. They need their defense to slow down this opposing offense as well. North Texas can score in a hurry, and one way you can do that to negate that is being disruptive. And if there's a team that can do that, it's Tulane. John Summerall does a great job of giving different looks and being multiple in what they do. How do you disrupt Drew Mestemaker is the question he has to figure out. How do you get him to make mistakes, turn the ball over, or hang on the ball just long enough for this defense to get to him? You've seen big players step up. Harvey Dyson has been explosive for this team. Sam Howard has been a leader of this team. The defense, especially up front, can have a big time impact. And if they're getting hits on Mestemaker early, that means that UNT is not making explosive plays, and turnovers are more than likely because that speeds up his internal clock. That gives this secondary that knows what to do when the ball's in the air time to pick off those passes. That is going to be a huge key for this team. It's just that North Texas is on a tear. And again, if North Texas gets off to a strong start and Tulane can't keep up, I think that is going to be a blowout win for North Texas. Now, if Tulane's able to keep things close, we'll see. I'm going to go with Tulane here. I think that if they create turnovers, that's going to give them an advantage that North Texas maybe can't handle, but that's the big key. If Tulane can handle this offense, they're going to be fine. If North Texas continues its ways and continues their balance, they are going to run away with this one. This is going to be fun regardless. Doesn't matter who's winning this game. It's going to be absolutely entertaining.